Hey, what's up, guys? This right here, this is a graphic I'm working on right now. Just something I wanted to do. It's kind of like a little Tom Brady joint I got going on, but kind of want to show you guys the process I use when I edit. Um, it's just the kind of beginning of it right here. Right now I'm trying just moving Brady around to kind of see, um, you know, what's the best position for him here. I'm going for a more of a, I guess you could say a wallpaper effect type feel here. I've done one of these in the past before, but this is pretty much what it's like right here, man. Just I'm in Photoshop right now. Just kind of scaling, getting a feel of what part, what side, these, Brady should go on. And normally when I do something like this type of one image I'm using right here, this would technically go on the left side, right? I would use it on the left side possibly, but I wanted to use it on this right side just to see. I think up here would be good, but I don't like to duplicate motions up there, so I might have to not utilize that one right there. You know, moving on down here, I think these versions of Brady are here are it's pretty. I mean, I think this is pretty good right here. Um, and what I'll do sometimes is I'll add a layer mask. Just like I'm about to add to this one right here. Um, all right, let's see. I'm gonna lower it down a little bit, bring it up. All right, so whenever I'll do something like this, I'll lower the opacity. I'll make sure I got the right brush tool out too. Let's go. As you can see that it makes Brady a little lighter right here. I really want him to blend in right here, right? Um, you ever seen those effects like that? Then what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll add it back on a little bit just to give him more color on his edge there. Might need to make this Brady a little smaller. It's a little big over there. This is the young Brady right here. Young Brady, long hair. I'm going to at the top here. I like it. I like it to feel more like it's together up there. But I want to get another action shot of Brady. For this left side, even though a lot of his shots are a lot of his good shots are really right focused. So as you can see that you see a little of his body there. I'll bring in another shot that would look good for that angle as well. Actually, I might be able to use this one. Might be able to use this one to cover it up a little bit. Um, Actually, that works perfectly. Honestly, what I think I might do is I might switch this Brady, put him up there. I like his hands up, and then bring the throwing Brady down. Actually, let's see how it looks first before I even change anything. All right, so this is decent. This is actually pretty decent. This is not too bad. I'm gonna go back to this Brady here, and I'm gonna add a layer mask to the bottom of there. Let's go ahead and grab the brush tool, and let's add this in here. So right now, it takes us away from that portion of Brady where you used to see. Now I'm going to take this one as well. We're going to add a mask, layer mask. Now there are other ways you can do this, but this is the way I do it right here. This is a there are probably quicker ways to do it, but I normally I was always taught this way, and just been racking it out this way. And I like to make it blend in a little bit to give it a little bit more of a graphic feel to it. And then so I'll normally start at the top right here, and then I work my way down when I'm doing a graphic or something like this. All right, so now I got them blended out a little bit. I'm gonna go back. I definitely need to go back and add a little more because I don't like the way portion of his jersey here is hard to see. Let's reduce the opacity a little bit. There we go. It's a little better there. Let's go back and retract a little bit from just the base of him. Okay. Now I've got a portion of braid that I see that. Now sometimes whenever you crop these guys out or you use this quick selection tool, you don't exactly get the best outcome from it. So from this, I'm gonna go in here and increase it back to 100. So back to 100. This will let me get rid of Brady's little tail right here. Well, I don't know if it's from this Brady, is it? Okay, it's from this Brady. Okay, see how that is going now. I've got a little portion I need to do here as well. All right, so we've got that. I'm gonna lower the opacity right down to where I kind of started with. All right, so we've got all those guys around there. Next, what I like to do is I want to see if I can get another photo, and I'll kind of show you guys how I get my photos as well. Just gonna bring this over here, and we're just gonna Google Tom Brady. All right, so the Tom Brady's go to images, and I want to see kind of what else can we get from him. You know, we've got already a pretty decent of photo number of photos right now. We've got a lot of those photos came from his New England time. Let's see if we can get something we can use on that left side for the Buccaneers. I really like this. It shows a lot of his emotion. I mean, if you know Tom Brady, the dude was a beast, you know. So I might just grab this photo. Yeah, this is the left-sided photo. I could definitely use this right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and say that in the Brady folder, we're good to go. Let's see. There might be something else that, yeah, this is a good one too. I like photos like this with the motion. You know, it just makes the let me tell you, it makes the graphics so much better when you can use a photo like that with emotion. You know, All right, let's bring this over here. All right, desktop. We got a Brady already. Okay. So I just moved the other one over here. So the number once I get the photos over here, what I'll do is I'll pull them to the forefront layer. I'm gonna copy them, bring them to the front. It's gonna make the graphic look weird from the beginning, but you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, after I finish. So what I'll do is next I'll take this quick selection tool, and then I'll go ahead and start quick selecting. Now, let me tell you one thing. It does not have to be perfect when you're doing this like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Basically, all you need to do is just, pretty much have this thing. Just make sure you get your subject, in your subject highlighted here. So it's pretty easy though. Takes a little time. There's so many different other ways. Now, this is the quickest way you can do it. Now, it's not the best way. Now, it's the least accurate. I'm telling you, unless you have a person on a solid background, like a black background or a white background or green background, it's gonna be a little tough, and some of the pixels are not. You're not gonna get all the pixels if you do it this way. All right. So what I'll do is I'll zoom in to here, and I'm working on getting some of these little portions here where we can see the portion of Brady right here. Then I can, get rid of this portion here. And then let's see, get some more portions here. I'm still having on the minus, bring the plus back. All right, so we're good there. All right. Now just remember, it's not gonna be perfect, right? And I can always go back and kind of soften the edges if it doesn't look like perfect. But the biggest thing is get as many pixels on these edges as you can. You can always go back, But what you can't always do is you can't always add on after you've cropped this portion out. So this part is super key. You got to make sure you get every aspect in. If you don't, you might pay a little bit. But anyway, let's see what we got. Now, by no means am I expert graphic designers. No, 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 no expert. But um, you know, I find it pretty cool to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom out. Now we're just gonna copy and paste them, right? Old layer, remove that background, and we're good, right? So let's go ahead and make the other Brady in the forefront. We're gonna zoom in again, just as we did. Now this is a higher quality image here, okay? So I should be able to get this should be a lot easier. You see that? How we quickly selected that. The background is already blurred, so the system can recognize the pixels of the edge of his body. So this is a lot easier. The better quality photo, the easier it's going to be. Okay. Now, from experience, I noticed sometimes there can always be little pixels that are still within the photo that you don't see sometimes. I'm gonna create a little pixel so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So let's just say if I just had this pixel layer like this and you don't see it, right? But if you zoom in, you see right here in his teeth, right? If you don't unhighlight, you're gonna lose that section when you go to copy and paste. But hey, all right, so let's get back over here, highlight the rest of his body. Once again, this is not the completely recommended way to do it. There's so many different ways, like Adobe. I love Adobe because it gives you so much freedom. Like there's not just one set way in which you can select, you know, especially pixels and things like this. So you can do cutouts. This is one way, but there's so many other ways. All right, so I'm gonna go around each edge, just make sure everything looks good. Right, this part looks good right here. All right, and we're good here. I want to make sure I get the helmet because if you don't get the full helmet, I've done this before, not getting a full helmet, and it looks kind of weird. And then, yeah, you've got to do so much shading and additional work that you shouldn't have to. All right, so I do see a part beside his hair right here. Boom. So we're good there. All right. Okay. All right, so let's go back. Let me make sure everything's good. Go back, do a copy and paste. And this here is not meant to be perfect, okay? This part of Brady, I mean, like, it's not gonna be perfect. You know, it's not gonna be perfect. I might not end up using that one because you see how pixelated it is. It's not extreme high quality like this one is, but we can see if we can still use it, okay? We'll see if we can still use it. I think, understandably, this might be something I might can put at the top here, and I can switch it up with what we already have. So I'm gonna move him down and see what we can do there. His body's a little awkward up there. you know, we're gonna see. I'm just gonna test this out, kind of see. His body's a little awkward over there. It's kind of tough to kind of fit Brady where I want him up there. But I like the emotion. I like the emotion. All right, so we've got this guy here. We need to bring that one above this one here. Because if I don't, it's going to look weird. All right, there we go. Now I got to take this one and bring this one above him. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to decrease this size. Last thing you want is a big Brady over here, right? You don't want a big Brady over here. Let's see. Sometimes I name these layers and sometimes I don't. I mean, like it's really dependent upon you. How do you want it to be organized? You know what I mean? But it's really kind of your call. I feel like this Brady is like really messing up the graphic right now. I'm gonna name that just P for pixelated because I don't want it right now. But one thing I like to do is I like to count, right? So one, two, I got two on this side and I got three on this side, okay? So I like to kind of keep it balanced out a little bit. So I feel like one of these Brady's got to go, okay? And you see him with the tail. I'll fix that. I'll fix that later. Those things, those little things are easy to fix as well. And what I want to do is I want to put this Brady in front of our main Brady. I'm going to show you why. I like this to go at least over his head like that, okay? And then if Brady is too big and he goes overlapping with this Brady, right? What I can do is I can add another layer mask to the bottom of Brady as well. Well, actually, I'm sorry, we already got a layer mask there. Let's go ahead and um, remove a portion of his body here. All right, so that will make it look way better. Blend it a little bit. I don't want him to. I'm gonna be so far down here. Okay. Let's see if we can make him a little bigger. Um, make him a little bigger over here. But I don't want to. The one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to take away from um, the Brady behind him. Okay, so I'm gonna. Of course, I do need to make that Brady a little bigger. Um, let's go. Let's go ahead and finish this guy first. All right, let's go back. I'm working off max, so I'm gonna redo that transform. I was on the wrong layer. All right, mask layer now. All right, so that's a little better right there because everything is all blended out. I can work on the touch up later. So I want to make this Brady a little bigger, just to kind of match the other Brady over there. I feel like that other Brady over there, this on this side, I mean, like it's overpowering a little bit. So we want to, just make it just a little bit. So now we got our pretty much like our tree of Brady right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Brady's. The last portion of this, I wanted to unwrap and put two more Brady's at the bottom here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit two more down here. Let's see if I can do it. All right, so let's get this one over here. So it would possibly go somewhere like that, okay? Somewhere like that where we have like the full tree and the bottom of him would be like the base, right? Um, so this is pretty much what I envision here, okay? But the only thing that's kind of keeping me away from that is this Brady. This Brady does not necessarily go, well, I could actually technically put him here, okay? Now, if I put him there, he'll need to be in the forefront because let me show you why. He's throwing. You don't want to I mean, personally I wouldn't cut off Brady's arm there, but let's see. Maybe there's a way I can have him here, right? So we got the emotional Brady, the emotional Brady. You see, look at the facial expressions of this right here, man. This guy is always the goat, always into it, man. Emotion tells the story. All right, so we're good with that. Um, move them over a little bit. I'm gonna go and add a masking layer. I want to shade a little bit of this out right here. Don't like the way it's blending in into his leg there. All right, so the goal right here is to make it feel like for this guy, this Porter Brady is the forefront of it. So it's all blend together right now. All right, now my goal is to blend this white, get rid of that base, blend a little bit right here. Um, And then here's an example of not all the time you're going to get the best quality photo, right? So there's going to be some times where you're going to have to doctor it a little bit, right? And this example right here. All right, so let me go ahead and I'm going to go zoom in a little bit. And we're gonna kind of try to perfect this a little bit more, make this a little smaller. All right, let's see. All right, that looks way better. Uh, that's not too bad right there. It could be. It could be worse. Trust me, it could be worse. All right, so there's a few more things I see in this graphic that I want to fix. The tails here, I feel like from the way I changed everyone, I feel like Brady needs to be bigger. You know, primary part of the photo is this part of Brady right here. Now, option here is make Brady bigger or combine all layers and make them smaller. Hmm, let me see. You see how that looks, right? It looks weird, right? Trust me, all graphics look they look very weird. When you're putting it together, you're like, oh man. But they look very weird until you get to that point where um, you know, you find that perfect balance between, your main subject and then your other subjects around it. So this is the way I generally start, and then I'll move things around until I get it the way I want it. And I think honestly, I think this right side is fine. I think I just may do some more tweaking on the left side, moving guys around. You know, this Brady right here has been the toughest one because he's so short. Doesn't have much of a body right there, so it's hard. It's a little tough for me to work with him there. So I do see I'm gonna have to shade a portion of him because yeah, there we go. This one right here has been really getting me. I'm about to take a look at this one. I feel like what happened is when I cropped them out, it created some type of like blue in the back, which is kind of weird. I need to look at that photo. But whatever it is, even if it's something that goes with, um, him, I want to get rid of it. Could it's not? It doesn't look. It doesn't look good, very good. All right, so we just went in a little bit. I mean, like it's not perfect, but it gets the job done. All right, so let me. So next, I need to get a fill of these extra things over here that needs to be removed. I'm gonna go back, increase the opacity back to 100, flow back to 100. This will allow me to be able to make changes quickly. All right, so there we go. Okay. All right, opacity, everything is good to go. Now I'm gonna go in here and delete this line. All right, I feel like here's another line too. No, this is a whole different guy. All right, so now all those strings and everything are gone. Um, Here's where it gets a little, eh. There's some things I want to incorporate in here, right? But I don't know. if I completely have put together the thought for the direction, the next direction of this thing. Um, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Let's go. Now the background, of course, is the background layer. I'll always add an additional background layer to it, just because. And then I'll go here. I'll increase this to 5,000. Black. Okay. So now this allows me to see, um, is there anything that's in this graphic that could really stand out that could, hurt it as well? I see Brady's feet. That's one thing that stand out, his feet down here. So we're gonna have to fix that. Reduce this around 40 or so. We've got our opacity is turned down about 35 again, flow down to 40. And this allows me to be able to make minor adjustments without affecting the graphics so much. All right, so that's one. Actually, I think I made it did took too much from there. All right, let's do this next one. You see how there's a hard, flat, solid line there. With this, I can decrease that and kind of make it blend in a little bit. Take some shading off the color off the sides to blend it in more with the background. All right, so that's good there. Next, Brady, I need to work on is this one right here. He's awkwardly in front of the other Brady, which we got to fix that. Let's go 80% on that opacity. I want to just see. This is I'm really kind of guessing here, and it's all a kind of guessing game when you're making graphics and stuff like this. You want to kind of see how does it feel, how does it work together. So I wanna keep this here. I like that there a little bit, but we're gonna get him off of his leg here. All right, there we go. Let me try removing him from here. Hmm. All right. So as I do graphics things like that, I'm always thinking about different things, different elements I can add to this. And when doing this graphic, one thing that comes to mind is Brady's the goat, right? Everybody's saying the goat, the goat, the goat. So I want to find something that a goat that I can add that won't make it look weird. you know. Let's see. Let's see if I got one here. All right, so let me see, let me see, let me see. Let's see. So I wanna at the top here, I wanna put goats and then greatest of all time. I wanna put that somewhere, you know. And then I also want to add incorporate a goat as well. But the biggest part is trying to figure out what the goat is going to be. You know what I mean? Just looking for a picture of a goat that's gonna look and feel and give the graphic a little more with this as well though. You know what I mean? So let me see, let me see, let me see. All right, so this is what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and start on the letters. Let's do about 80. It's gonna be tiny, but actually no, it's not bad. All right. Now we are not using this font, but this is just an indicator. I like this. I like to get it back there. I like to see does it work, and then after that, I want to see. All right, that looks good. Actually, let's switch just before I do something else. I've heard a lot of crazy fonts here. I like that arrow. I like the really thick arrow black like that. I feel like it gives it a just like a different element, to the graphic or so. Um, if I do kind of, it's not gonna stay like that, but there's some. I want to throw in a like a blur effect on it. Go into blending. All right, so this is what I see. Um, I wouldn't do a emboss or anything like that. You could emboss it a little bit, emboss it just to give it like a little curved feel at the bottom. Um, Sometimes I do like a drop shadow effect on it, and then so it'll give like a let's increase the spread and the distance. So you can't really see it now because it's black. Let's turn this here. Uh, let's go normal. See, you can't really see it because I had a multiply added. Uh, let's go back to black. I'm just gonna get a feel. Well, you're not gonna really see it. Okay, let's decrease the distance. Remove the spread. Reduce the opacity. Let's go about 30. You see how it has that little light um, kind of feel to it. Um, let's see. Let's decrease opacity a little more. I don't want it to be so. You see how dark it is like that. I don't want it to be so like noticeable. And that's fine. That's cool right there. It gives like a little faint feel right there. I do want this to be a different color though. I think this color. I was looking at gold, but because royalty. So whenever I'm looking for color codes, I'll look for the hex code, and hex code for gold is FFD 700. All right, let's switch it up. Let's go. Hmm. I'm not really a fan of that color like that. Yeah. All right. So I think I'm gonna keep that white for now. I want to get a feel of how the remaining of the photo are going to come together too, because I still have to put the rest of the graphic down here. Looking at this, I do see a part that I do want to fix down here. Yeah, fix that a little bit. So it's fine. Make sure that these things are even. These two guys are even. These guys are even. These guys are semi even. It doesn't really matter that they're even, but just want to, that's all. All right. So, let's see what we got. Now, one thing I do sometimes is I'll add like a glow to the main subject, right? So I just want to see how I probably messed them up a little bit when I was but we're about to see, can we add a nice outer glow to him? We got a lot of different stuff going on the background back there. Okay. I wanted to give this a little kind of a color to give him to stand out from the other Brady's back there. Um, we'll see how that works. I might need to remove that glow effect, but for now, I think it's going to go well with this back here. What I notice is, as you can see, there's some strings on Brady um, attached to him as well. Well, never mind. This is just actually that's just it just emphasize this portion here, which is not bad. That's not bad. All right, so we got that good to go. All right, so what I want to do is next is I want to go layer by layer. We're going to go into camera raw. I want to kind of play with it a little bit. Of course, you get to see what Brady looks like. I want to go black and white, right? Now, also, I want to increase the texture a little bit because we're going to make this look more, more like a graphic. Then we're going to do it one more time. All right, so we got right filter camera raw. All right, let's go texture. We're gonna go texture clarity one more time. All right, so all right. So let's go ahead and work on the next one. Camera raw filter, black and white, texture and clarity. So you guys can see how this graphic is coming along. So what I'm going to do next is, which is important. Um, I should have done this a long time ago. Save. Saving a project is something I can say. I've learned multiple times that if you don't save a project, you can get into the point where you lose a project, right? So I'm just going to save it to my desktop. Normally, I would save it to my Creative Cloud portion, but I mean, actually, let's go ahead and save it there. Call it Brady.psd. All right. Next, let's go work on the next Brady. And what's going to happen is, as we're working on this, it's going to let us see if any of these layers are going to conflict with other layers. So it might be a case where Brady just doesn't fit in a particular place, and we just have to adjust it and change it. But so far now, I think everything is looking pretty decent as well. Let's get this next Brady in here. And I mean, it's crazy because this is the first time I actually made a graphic, in probably about 5 or 6 months. I haven't made one of this type, like a sports graphic or anything. I've been making all like insurance graphics and stuff through Canva. And it's good to actually get back to doing something like this. All right, so let me go ahead and go to the next one. Black and white. I'll tell you, camera raw really helps if you're looking for that graphic feel. Um, Adding these filters gives you that effect, especially if you have someone who's very passionate and emotional, like Brady is. It it changes the style. It changes the way the graphic feels. And so one of the reasons why I'm doing this right here is because I want Brady in the middle to stand out, right? So you don't want to have all these colors going on if you want to have one of them to stand out. It really it changes everything if you it changes the effect you're getting if you have them all pretty much like the same, you know. All right, so we're almost done with this part. And I think before I finish the words, I think I might add some type of like some type of effect to it. We'll see. Kind of remains to be seen on that one. And all right, we've got the final Brady here. Brady's always been one of my favorite players, man. I just like his drive, man. And then he came from rags to riches, man. He was a 7th round draft pick. It's just don't you just don't be a 7th round draft pick and become great. You just don't. Normally you're a seventh round guy for a reason. All right, so now we can go in here and filter, camera roll filter. And let's go ahead, increase this filter some. Filter again. All right. Looking at this, I noticed that it's over filtered, so I got to go back in there. I didn't like the way it changed the blue color of his pants. Yeah, white balance not looking great. I don't normally when I do white balancing, I get a reference point, right? But as we can see, it's a little dingy, so I'm gonna have to probably do it this way. Let's go here a little bit, increase the white. You see how really bright that gets there? Let's go in detail. I want to reduce a little noise up there, sharpen it just a little bit. All right, so this honestly, this looked way better than what it was. The thing that really stands out to me is this portion here, the goat portion does not. It looks okay. So we're about to let's give it an effect, okay? So I want to reduce the opacity a little bit, but then I want to change the brush. I've got a lot of brushes here. I think charcoal is the one I've used before to give it a little effect. Yeah, there we go. So that's the effect I want to give it. I want to give it like a grangy type effect. Um, you know, just to kind of, just to give it a little something else, And well, can't go that far. It's a little too much. Give it a old feel to it. Um, all right, so all right, I'm not gonna do it that way. Let's go. Mm, all right. For now, that can stay a little bit. So, like, what I like to do sometimes, I reduce the opacity just to get a feel of what it's going to make what effect it's going to do to the graphic, or and I like the fact that now it doesn't goat doesn't stand out so much, right? So I want to add a little more brightness to that as well. Let's go in. Add a little more glow to it. No, let's not do that. This part I'm just kind of messing around just to see how much can we change it. Nah, I don't want to. I'm not gonna mess with that. All right, so we're pretty much good here. Um, some of Brady is not showing right here. I'm kind of feeling like I should. This is something I'm playing. I'm kind of feeling if I should move him to the front like this, right? Now, the only bad thing is if I put him right here, the other Brady's around him are now pretty much kind of like second to him, which is not bad. I might just bring one or two of them above the fold. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring them a little above. All right, so that could work right there. I could definitely do that right there. I don't mind his hand not showing there, but I wanted to bring these guys back to the forefront over here. It's kind of like the dark versus light type of deal or so. So now that we got that there, the last part I want to put in is I wanted to put goat greatest of all time, and then also a goat. I didn't find a goat that looked like decent. Let me look for another goat. All right, so I think I found a goat. I don't know if this goat is going to work, but we're about to see. We about to see. This is the photo of the goat. All right, so let's go ahead and remove him from his background. At first, I didn't want to use his tree stump, but I think we might. I think this might give him a interesting like effect, kind of like he's on a pedestal type. Let's remove this part that we don't need. Everything looks good. It looks good. I'm gonna bring the tail anyway. We might can do something with that. I'm not being really detailed about it, but we might can do something with that. Just make sure that I got the entire log. All right, so we're good on that. All right, work with me here, okay? When you first do this, it doesn't look amazing, okay? Trust me. All right, so now let's go ahead and I don't want the goat to stand out. So big goat, you about to be we about to reduce your color. All right, so let's go ahead and get the texture, clarity. So I want to, I want to give it a different feel than just what it was. All right, so now that we've got that there, I'm gonna have it here like that. So I'll have it like that. Let's go ahead and make sure I put him exactly where I want him at as well. I think he's a little too big right now. And the good thing is he covers a portion of Brady's foot right here. I think honestly having the goat right there, I think that's fine. We'll have it like that. I think the next thing I want to do is I want to put the number 12 in here somewhere. I want to incorporate the number 12. And actually, we don't even have to put greatest of all time because without saying, you already know who's the greatest of all time, right? Just looking at this, we know, I mean, GOAT, we know what that means. All right, so we've got that there. Let's add, so next thing we need to add the 12. And I want to do something, um, you know, for the background for where he's standing or so. I want him to have would be standing on something, you know. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and work on the text. I'll put in 12. When I normally do letters, I'll do letters like a collegiate style. And then let me go back over here. Let me see if I still have that font. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right, this might not be. Okay, I think it's Jersey M64. Yeah, M54. All right, so we got Jersey M54. This looks, typical to your NFL type numbers as well. The only thing about this is it doesn't stand out. So if I put it right here, I'm going to have to um, I'm gonna have to find a way for it to. Wait a minute, I keep messing up right here. All right, so let's put it back here. All right, let's find a way for this to work with the graphic, okay? And I want to give it that type of effect as well. So we're gonna go back to that layer. Um, we're gonna copy. All right, so I want to copy layer style, and then I want to go here and paste that layer style. The reason is I wanted to have the same characteristics of that one, and then now we're gonna go in here. We're going to add the effect that I added to the last one. Oh, I had to rasterize it. Yeah, to get that like that. I really should have this brush a little bigger so it doesn't look like the same effect. Um, Actually, I'm gonna turn it. So that's another way you can do it. just turn it and then keep turning it so it doesn't look like you're using the same effect over it as well. Actually, I like it the other way. I'm gonna turn it back up. Uh, I like the kind of the effect that it's given a little bit, but is this starting is distorting the distorting distorting the image just a little bit, all right? Um okay, so let me go. I might need to make this a little smaller. I might need let's make it bigger. I want to see how much of a change it does if I make it bigger. Yeah, let's make it smaller. Let's make it smaller. All right, so um here's the part here. I got it like that. So I want to give it like a little, just a little feel like that. And then I think below here I want to put goat 12. I think I honestly I think this is good to go now. I want to put one more thing in here. I want to put like Brady in here because you think about TB12, 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 right? Um, actually, I could just put a TB12, but I want to put Brady below here. What's a Brady graphic without including Brady's name? Right, what's a Brady graphic without putting Brady name in there? Now, this is gonna be the tough one. I gotta figure out how I am going to incorporate Brady into this already created graphic so that it doesn't look weird. Let's see. This is the part when I get into the end of the graph where I'm like, okay, so what do we do now? How do we incorporate this into the graphic without making it look weird? Let's see. All right. I think I'm gonna go and see if I can put it behind everything in front of this, but behind everything. All right. So I want to make it so that um, it's not in the front, but it's not completely in the back. All right. So then let's paste layer style so we can give it the same style the other ones had. I want to let's reduce the opacity about 75. Go down a little bit on this opacity. Down the fill. Let's go down about 40. I want to see what it looks like. And let me see where I can put this at back here where it doesn't look weird. All right, so let's see. Um, Mm, I'm starting not to really like the color effect on this one. I'm gonna go back, bring it back to 80. I'm gonna bring it back to opacity to 80, and then I am going to give it. I'm gonna. So this is something before I do things to a layer that's gonna really change it. I'll duplicate it, right? So now we've got our primary one, and I got our copy here. So I can go over and make different changes to this one here. Rasterize that. Oh man. All right, so now this kind of like, the reason why I'm doing this, right? Brady's been, he's been in the league for a while, so we giving it kind of like the, you know, as you can see the pothole, the old effect. All right, so uh, all right, don't judge me on this one. Just kind of, I'm just trying to see how can we incorporate that Brady in there, in the background. Uh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like how it's back here, but I think it clashes with the 12, and then it might clash with, you know, the remaining of the graphic as well. Yeah. I'm gonna redo that, and then I'm going to exit it out. All right. So what I want to do next is before we do anything else, I want to see if we can add an accent to this. Okay. Let's see where's my shape tool at. Okay. Stroke. All right. So now that I got this in here, there's two different ways you can do this. Okay. But I'm gonna do it the way I've done it before. So we're gonna rasterize the layer, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm going to freeform move this thing. All right. So this is something that I like to do as well. It gives you like that depth of field, right? When you're so something like this, of course you had to create it custom, because there's no other. I mean, just there's not just um these type of things that are out there that you can just grab. So I'll create it, custom like this. And actually I'm not done with this one. I want to make it look like I want to make it appear. I just did it wrong. I want to make it appear. Actually, that wasn't too bad. I want to make it appear that Brady is actually, um, you know, on this little walkway here. All right, so there we go. All right. So we got that there at the top. So I want to also add a layer mask there. So we're going to mask out. All right, let's go 35 and 40. I want to make the top of this not be so. Um, Actually, I still got the effect in there. Think we can work with that. It's not. Brady, look like you looking on snow right now. This is an example of me doing a little too much with this. Doing a little too much. It went out of hand. All right, so technically, let's go back. All right, so I wanna duplicate this layer just in case if I make a mistake with it, I can go back to it. All right, go work on that layer. Let's change the brush. So we're using that cow bonus brush. I like that brush a lot. So I make sure opacity and everything good to go. Now we're gonna take a couple, just little small pads back there, just to kind of give it a feel that it's going into dark. I'm trying to say dark. It's back. It's getting dark back there. So then after I get that, I make a couple passes. Now we'll bring the white brush back on, and then I'll paint it back on as I feel we need it. All right, so now there's a feel that it isn't just a weird path to the back. All right, so now what I want to do is from the sides, I want to go in and add another some strokes to the side as well because it is very it looks very like placed. Um, I don't like that at all. Okay, there we go. Right. Yeah, just the feel of this 90. So right now it's like a soft, it's like a soft, hard, like a soft white right there. I want to change the effect of this thing. Um, Let me go with for soft light. Sometimes I can adjust this a little bit without having to soft light, soft light. Oh no, it's not gonna work. All right, let's do something different. Let's play around with this thing a little bit. All right, so I like this a little better. It gives a little kind of a glow out there. I like the outer glow. Normally, I like the outer glow and stuff like this, but it doesn't look like it looks. Okay, so that's what I want. I wanted to give it like a little of a shine, but not so much that you see the real big shine around Brady. That means I did it too much. Soft light, hard light. Nah, let's not do that. All right, let's cancel that. Let's cancel that. Let's go. So the goal is not to let Brady's highlight show more than this white you know trail or whatever this thing could be called right here. So let me go back. I think for the effect I'm gonna do, I want it's gotta be bigger. I gotta just apply it to the whole layer as I'm doing it. Let's go and redo that brush tool. All right, that is cool. I'll just have to, I think what I'm gonna have to do is, I'm definitely gonna have to soften the edges on this thing right here. I think the way I'm gonna do it is switching the brush to that cow's brush. All right, let's see. Let's see. This is the charcoal one. I was using this cow's charcoal one, bonus chunky charcoal. Um, just want to give a feel of what type of effect is going to give it. Is it going to even look right if I give it that effect? Really doing graphics is all really just playing around with things, man. You're gonna play around with a whole lot of stuff, and you'll be like, "Oh, this looks good," and oh, erase. So the next thing is I gotta fill out. I gotta figure out how we're going to soften this. I guess you can say ramp or so, and then add the word Brady, and then we'll actually can wrap this thing up. You know, we can wrap this thing up. Let's see. Actually, what I can do is I can actually can blur this a little bit. Let's get the blur tool out a little bit. Want to use the blur tool. Oh, want to use the blur tool to see if we can blur it out a little bit, because it doesn't need to be. It doesn't honestly. It doesn't need to be as detailed as everything else, and it doesn't need to be. As you can say, it doesn't need to be perfect. I feel like right now it has like a perfect feel to it. I want it to have like um, a non perfect feel to it, like where it's not like symmetrical and it doesn't look like. And another thing is off center a little bit. That's on purpose. I don't want it to be completely centered. You know. I don't like that. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna keep it like that. I think that works best with that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Hmm. Wrong brush selected. Opacity and everything is way too high. 40. Let's go like 40 on this one. Don't want it too high. I wanted to kind of take away a little of that as well. Now, what I need to do now is I notice that Brady's a little bright. Let's get rid of some of that glow from him and reduce some of the spread. You see how that change like that? Actually, if I increase it a little more, um, you don't see it as it's not as prevalent down here. So that's a little better right there. And he kind of, I feel like he kind of fits more, um, with that white now. Um, but yeah, this is not really something that I spent a lot of time on. Just kind of like, hey, I want to, do something real quick for the goat, and I didn't really spend a lot of time, building the thought process. It just was kind of like a last minute, hey, let's see what we can do. He just retired, and this is pretty much all what I got right now, man. The last portion, of course, we're not bringing that Ray back. The last portion is I want to see if we can incorporate the word Brady in here. Okay. All right. So this might be a little tough because of, um, you know, spacing wise. All right, let's go and see if I can move it somewhere. First thing I would like to see is, does anything, even like just moving it around, does anything feel like it could fit anywhere, right? Even in the forefront, the background, I wouldn't put it back there. If it's gonna go in here, it's gonna go somewhere, that can, somewhere where it would look decent, right? What I was thinking is changing the orientation of the word. Let's see if I can. It's been a while since I did it like this. I feel like this is it right here. There you go. I was thinking about maybe doing like a, oh crap, Brady went away. Doing something like this where I have his name over here, behind the goat, and just move the goat a little bit. I mean, you would be. I mean, of course, you'd be able to see. You see the word Brady. You know who Brady is, what he stands for. So, um, I mean, you don't need to be able to see that to know that words is Brady. I mean, like, this is GOAT. It's Tom Brady 12. So the next thing I'm going to try to do is give it a little effect. Same effect I did with everything else. I wanted to keep it consistent with everything. I think it's 112, but I don't want, yeah, it's 112. All right, 112. Oh, man. Mhm. All right, so there we go. We've got the Brady aspect there. Let's see. We got. mm, All right, so we've got that in there. I feel like this is more of a completed graphic now. Um, let's see. All right, so everything I wanted to incorporate is in here. We've got Brady's name, his number, who he is, the greatest of all time. We've got a bunch of shots of Brady in here. We've got, you know, a lot of action shots in here. The poster style deal and everything. And I'm trying to get a feel of, do I want to add anything else here? Sometimes what I'll do is I'll add like smoke, right? I'll add like smoke in the background just to give it another effect. And actually, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can get like a. All right, so I'll normally look for like smoke, PNG, transparent, right? Um, Let's see if I can find one. I'll bring this over. Let me bring it over here. So here we go. We got the smoke PNG transparent. I'll generally find something like this. So what I'll do is I'll either find a PNG that works best for it, or I'll just there are some brushes out there that will give you that smoke effect. You can create it yourself, or you can just go find it. PNG tree is one. That's one that I normally use for any type of free smoke backgrounds, anything like that. PNG tree is good as well. So let me see here. Uh, let's see. So let's see. Let's see. All right, this is what we got. I haven't really seen something that really jumped out. I like this HD smoke right here. So I feel like, but how? I mean, will it? Let's see. I'm about to see if this HD smoke will work. Alright. So I'm gonna download this as a PNG. We're gonna see how that smoke effect is gonna look up here. So I just felt like it was missing like another element on it as well. So we're gonna see, and I feel like honestly I feel like this thing is not transparent, but we're about to see. We are about to see. All right, all right. So that's honestly that's not bad. I mean, like I can give it like a little of a feel like that, and I feel like the smoke changes everything like that. You it gives the smoke from this side, and it gets rid of this area here. All right, so let's move it over. Hmm. Yeah. Actually, all right. So when I play with one thing, I like to play with double things twice. So I'm going to. It's weird. That is weird. I don't like the way that they this. I don't like the way this thing is positioned, is placed. You know, but this is fine here. What I'm gonna do next is I want to find a true. So this is a smoke PNG, but it's not transparent. But because the background is black, you can't tell. But I do want to find one with a uh, let's go back. Transparent background. Let's see. And I like the way that smoke, the way it rises. I feel like it gives a some type of like a body to the graphic as well. Let me see. Above the goat, I want to actually above the goat, I want to add another one. We're gonna see how that looks. This is transparent, so we're about to see. All right, so we're about to see. Okay, let's see what this thing looks like. Mm, I think I'm trying to do too much right now. I really think I'm trying to do too much. But the real effect I'm trying to make is that there's smoke coming from the sides of this right here, and I think I'm getting there with that effect a little bit. I think yeah, that's a little better. Sometimes I'll do something like a this now is where is it at? I think it's like a color burn or something. Is it color burn? No, like a little lunar soft light. I think soft light is not even. All right, so I think that's fine right there. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna duplicate the layer, and then I'm going to add it on the other side, right? So I'm gonna add it on the other side just so you can't tell. I'm gonna make it very small. And I honestly, I think like I went way too far with the smoke, like overboard with the smoke. Without the smoke, with the smoke, we need the smoke there. Yeah. Whenever you add smoke to a graphic, it changes the whole graphic, like seriously. So another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to the camera raw effect, just to see will it emphasize it a little more. camera raw. Let's go. I want to see if I can emphasize this smoke just a little more. Yes. All right, so that looks a little better. I feel like the smoke changed it and gave it a different feel. But this guys let you know I am done for the night. Been a while since I did a graphic. This is the graphic right here. So let's go ahead and export it. And then I'm just gonna export it quick as a PNG, straight to the Brady folder and just put all my assets and everything there in the same folder. That's something I do as well when I'm doing something like that. Where's Brady be? I'll put everything there. All right, so let's look for that file. So I work with three different screens. So you never really so I'm always looking around at different screens. So but this is how the graphic came out. My computer's a little slow. You know, this is how the graphic came out. You see the smoke, the texture, you see the goat and everything, the 12. So I mean, honestly, considering that I didn't do anything really great, I think it came out okay. But this is the Brady graphic, man. I just wanted to kind of educate a little bit, just show how I do things. Everybody doesn't do everything the same way, but this is how I make the Brady goat graphic. But and then what I'll do sometimes is I'll add like a tag or something. Like when I do something, I'll add like you can call it like a watermark. Let me see. I got different watermarks that I use, but airdropping one over real quick. I'll show you guys what it looks like as well. Normally, it doesn't take this long for me to get an airdrop. Oh no! Oh, there you go. Just came in. All right, so this is what I use. I use the Coach J one. Then we'll bring that all the way to the top. You want it the highest layer because if you don't, it could get stuck behind something, right? So I'm gonna make it small. I don't want to make it so that it takes away from the graphic, but I do want to make it so that you can see it, right? All right. So I'll probably put it. I don't want to put it somewhere where it's extremely noticeable. I want to put it somewhere like right here where you can't really see it, right? And then we're gonna reduce the opacity, maybe like 60, maybe a little less, and bring this down to like let's do 90. You're not looking for it, right? You're not looking. Nobody's gonna be looking in the T, which I don't like it being there. Let's put it. So whenever some people do this, some people don't. Whenever you create graphics, you put your logo somewhere, right? So I got the Coach J logo hidden in the back. So hey, man, what you don't want to do is you don't want to make it so prevalent that it's easily noticeable. Like just from like as soon as you look at it, you're like, oh, snap, Coach J. You want to make it so that you see it, but you don't see it. You had like that. You have to be looking for it to see it. If that makes any sense. Hmm. I don't like it there. I rather it be on the bottom of the G down here because it's a little distorted down here, and you're not really looking for that. It's harder to see it there. All right, so I think that's honestly, I think that's fine, guys. That's. I said earlier that was it, but let's export it. I want to see what it looks like. There we go. Got the coach shade right there. It's not as noticeable, but it's there. So yeah, this is it, y'all. If you guys got any questions or things, just hit me up. I'm on social media at Coach JR underscore Andrews. Um, I've been on for an hour and some change. This. You think about this graphic. I was working this graphic maybe like 5 minutes before I started this recording, maybe like 5 or 10. But the biggest part I was doing in the beginning was just removing the players from the background and just kind of compiling them up. And I was like, oh, let's just record this, right? So this is a fairly quick graphic. You think I did it in an hour and some change. Just from the first beginning of the thought process to now, that is a very quick graphic. I've seen times where graphics taking me 2 to 3 days, and this is me doing it for NCCU, but this is me doing personally right now. So very fast, quick turnaround. This is the graphic right here. And I'll probably have some more of this stuff coming out soon. I don't really do too many of these type of graphics and stuff like that, but I might have another one. If I have another one of my favorite players that go in retirement, you know, I should have did one for Kobe, but I didn't. But Brady was a great player, and I really admired Brady, so I wanted to do something, man, just to commend and commemorate him for his legacy, the GOAT. I'll see you guys later. Signing off, Coach J. Wow.